Those Pat Walker Mission winners doing a video overview of the ETFs. We systematize things. Leading groups produce leading stocks. Leading stocks produce leading groups. We use that foundation and we look for strength in the ETFs. That can guide us to strong industries naturally, because these are industry ETFs, but also potential to find some great stocks in that industry. There you go. So it also keeps us safe. Areas to avoid. Look at biotechnology. It's below the falling 200-day. Be careful with that. That's it. Don't overthink it. It is. Be careful. Cloud computing below a falling 200-day. This was a great one for a while, okay? But right now, there's nothing here. Remember this. The air is better above the 50-day. The air is better above the 200-day. Just make it simple. Electric vehicles, lagging. This was really strong. You know, we had NIO and Tesla, but right now there's nothing happening with this, okay? Just got to leave it alone. Be careful. Dow Jones Internet, lagging. Nothing to do with it. Ibd50, lagging. This is the Ibd50 Etf. Below the falling 200-day, below the falling 50-day. Fell on an increase in volume, gap down on heavy volume here too. Not a lot of power there. By the way, that's not knocking the Ibd50. No way. They're great. But it just, at times the market's like this. You can't argue with it. This helps keep us safe. That's why we do it. Gold miners. Now look at this. What's this told us? What has this told us? And what is it telling us? Hey, you might want to look at some gold miners. There you go. That helps. Gold. Look at this little level right here that it's picking up through. Maybe I'll look at some gold. Gold miners. Look for clean and simple bases. Biotech dead. Nothing going on there. Online retail dead. Nothing going on there. North American technology dead, nothing going on there. Medicine rallies up to the 200-day, falls again. Not a lot going on there, folks. Mid-cap lagging, nothing going on there. Home construction, nothing going on there. By the way, you can say, how do you know all these? Well, after doing this a while, some of them are just stuck in the head. The other is the title of it's up here in the upper left-hand corner, just for you. And I frequently put a label on it too. Okay, see this right here? S&P 500 Growth Index. It's lagging. There's not a lot of power there. Be careful. Airline stocks was really strong and now it's lagging. What's it need to do, team? It needs to push through the 200-day. There you go. With power. Regional banking, really sore, really poor. Stay away. And it's been telling you to stay away for a while. Mid-cap lagging, be careful. Oil services, look at this. I just showed you a bunch of ETFs that look like what? Not so good. How's this look? That doesn't look so bad, does it? You know what you could do? You can maybe buy OIH if it lifts off in volume, all right, and always control risk. Or the other thing you can do is find some good oil service stocks. How about that? See how you connect the dots and look at those charts. You might find some good setups. Online retail, they ain't buying. Infrastructure, they're not building. Okay, dad humor, sorry about that, had to do it. Going sideways right here, maybe it'll lift off, but not a lot, just a little choppy right now. Pharmaceuticals had a good run. Medical pulls back to the rising ADMA. Maybe it'll bounce off of it. But what has it told you all the way back here in that run? Hey, maybe I need to look at some pharmaceutical stocks. You could click on PPH and find out what their top 5 or top 10 holdings were. Way back here. Maybe find a winner in there. Cloud computing, nothing. Steel. Steel's hanging in. Maybe you find some steel stocks. We're involved with steel. And you can see why. There you go. Semiconductors, bad. Look at this. There's nothing here. Look at the selling volume. Just leave it alone. And what does it tell us? Stay away from the semis. Done. That's it. That's power for people. Solar's lagging. Below the 200-day, be careful. Small cap lagging, be careful. Uranium, look at that. Kind of clicking up there a little bit. Oil, U.S. oil, kind of picking up a little bit. Oh, gee whiz, I think we looked at a couple of other. OIH, isn't it? Yeah, sure we did. XAR, aerospace and defense, kind of hanging in there. Biotech, stay away. Team, make it easy. This tells you, leave me alone. Home building, what's it tell you? Leave me alone. And you want to see something great? It was strong for a while. Look at that. And we were involved with home builders. But right now, they ain't building, are they? Here we go. Materials started to go right here. Lifts above the line, falls below it. Price is good above the line and bad below. Helps you keep losses much smaller. Oh, gee whiz, another energy ETF. that looks kind of decent, doesn't it? Gosh, I guess maybe I need to look at a couple of them. There you go. Here, check this out. There's OIH. Oh, oil related. Oh, XLE, energy. Gee whiz. See how you connect the dots? Find some leading energy stocks. There might be something there. Let's continue onward. Financials, nothing. Leave it alone. There's nothing good. Industrials, chop it around, be careful. Technology, what does this tell you? It says, kind of be careful with a lot of technology stocks. There you go. Most people don't know that. You do. And it's been telling you that for a while. Consumer staples. Look at this. I talked about this last week, didn't I? I talked about this the week before, that it's showing strength. I want you all to think about this. You can say, why? Staples. That's not discretionary stuff. That's stuff like toilet paper. That's stuff like toothpaste. It's like deodorant. Things you gotta have, okay? And I hope you use deodorant, okay? Just, yeah. Anyway, that's necessities. That's what they're buying, all right? There you go. Utilities, defensive, hanging in there. See that? There you go. Healthcare, lift it up, gave it back. Chopping around a little bit, but it does exhibit some leadership, doesn't it? Healthcare, which is also what? Kind of defensive. Consumer discretionary. This is stuff people don't need. Discretionary stuff. Maybe I can get that. I don't need it. It's lagging. Pull in the horns. Metals and mining. Lift it up. Look at it break across that top. I'll show you something neat. You say, oh, I see that. Maybe if it took out those tops right through here, and it's simple. It's nothing fancy. But what would you like to see if it did it? You'd like volume. Why? Because there's selling volume on this bar. Now you can say, boy, there was selling volume on that bar too. I'm going to give you all a really great lesson. I want you to look really closely at that bar. I'll make it bigger. You see this bar? It gapped down. You see the close here? Here's where it opened. It gapped down and fell and closed near the highs of the day. Do not, this is a big lesson for everybody, don't write a chart off or write a price bar off just because it's red. Don't assume that just because it's green, it's a good bar. Look at the open, the high, the low, the close, and add volume to it. They did not sell that bar. They bought that bar. Closed near the highs of the day, folks. Bouncing off the 21 EMA. Next day it gaps up. That's a great lesson for you. Something you can use. And you know what's the beautiful part about it? First off, it's conceptually correct. It just makes sense, right? It's closing near the highs of the day on heavy volume. There we go. Look at things like that. That'll help you. Oil and gas, another energy related. Let me think, gosh, there was OIH, there was XLE. Oh, gee whiz, here's another one. See how you can connect the dots and build a case to look at some of those stocks in the group. There you go. Retail, they ain't buying. Software, they ain't programming with it. Okay, I'm sorry I had to say it. Anyway, and the max list. We love the max list. Here we go. Apple. This is why I always tell the VIPs, be careful chasing price in a bad market. Gaps up, runs up, reverses down. That would hurt buying that stock at 171, wouldn't it? There you go. And fell and took out the lows of the week on a pickup in volume. So just got to be a little cautious. Amazon, decent day here, but it's still below the 50-day again. All right. This was a great higher low setup. You see the low right here and the low right here? That's the higher low setup. We were buying it right in here a couple of times, and it worked. Right now, it's still choppy. Be careful. Alibaba, nothing's going on with it. BIDU, nothing's going on with it. Just forget it. Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, nothing's going on with it right now. Forget about it. Google, nothing's happening at this point in time. Perhaps it will form a higher low. This low, higher than this low. But we have to watch and see. It's below the falling 50-day. It's below the 200-day. Be careful with that. All right? Just be careful unless there's a clean and simple higher low setup. Goldman Sachs, higher low setup, but it's below all the moving averages. Not a lot of juice there. Be careful. One plus is this. It does have a higher low, and it did close decent on Friday or Thursday with a slight volume pickup. But it's nothing to be super excited about. Just there's a higher low right here too. This low higher than this low, and it lifted a bit. I'm not saying it's going to. This is a higher low here. this low higher than this low. That was a nice run. That's what we look for. But please, I'm not saying this is going to do it. Also, when it was doing it back here, the market was in much better shape. All right? Just put it in perspective. MasterCard, it's bouncing a little bit. It's at the 200-day. It's a little tough. May form a cup with a handle to take out these tops, but not the best thing in the world. Again, in the market, be cautious. Microsoft, see that big cup it was forming? This was on the key list, but it never triggered. We never bought it. No trigger, no buy. That's simple. And it's good we didn't. Nothing's happening with it below the moving averages. Netflix is not good. They're not even renting it. Had to say it, sorry. Nvidia, this had a higher low. This low was higher than this low. It was triggered on this volume bar right here with price a couple of times, an add-on. That was a huge run. But right now, it's lost it all. It closed near the lows of the day and took out the lows of the week on a pickup in volume. And it's below the 200-day and the 50-day. Just be cautious with it. Just be cautious. Tesla, we know with the news, all the news that's going on, with Twitter and things like this. This was a higher low setup. This low is higher than this low. There were buys here, here, here. That was a massive run. I love those. They all don't do this though, by the way, but it sure is nice when they do. Now, what's the plus about this one? I just showed you a bunch of stocks that are below the 50-day and 200-day. This one's hanging in there. Maybe it's going to form this little pennant right here and lift through this top. You'll have to watch it. But do note, with the news, with what's going on, with takeover and stuff like this, buyout, be cautious with it. Also, team, I have to tell you this. You need to know this. We are coming into earnings season big time. It is compulsory to know the dates and the times. Does it report before the market opens? Some stocks report before the market opens. How'd you like that for a surprise? Know the dates, know the times. It's a business, and that will help. That'll help you being prepared. Perhaps this will lift off. Possible. Twitter looked like it was going to go. And again, this is all, we got news going with this now, right? Note this. See that gap up? I always tell people, I've been doing this since 1986. Be careful chasing gap ups. Please be careful. Look at this. You buy that gap up? Yeah, that's a problem. Be cautious with it. Visa, there's nothing there. Anyway, that's an overview of the MAXLIST stocks. Overall, there is nothing super exciting in that group at this point in time. However, we look at them every day, and it can change. It can change. It's a business, and we run it like a business. And I want to go back to this Nvidia again and just say, yeah, I see that higher low. Well, there was a higher low here too. And watch this one. So nothing's going on with the market. It's bad. It's just, oh yeah. Okay. And this low is higher than this low. This was last October. This low was higher than this low. This was on the key list. Inside bar, igniting bar. Picks it up, takes out the inside bar's highs, igniting bar, a couple of buys, right in here. And yeah, it was on the key list. You can ask the members. And that is over 100 points. There you go.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.